So some of the things I had to do over 12 to 18 months, and some of the things I suggest to women, is really starting to branch out in new ways, because people see you where you are now, and so you have to sort of mix things up and do things a little bit differently. And so you may want to attend some conferences you've never attended before. I started going to more cloud conferences. This was in 2008 when cloud wasn't a big thing yet. So I started signing up for even things online that I didn't have to pay for. I could just participate in. I started to submit presentations based on the work that I was doing with local companies and some of their initiatives. I could submit some ideas of how to get cloud kicked off in a corporate environment. So as you're thinking about where you might want to have more influence and impact, what are things that you might be able to talk about where people can see you in a new light? And this could be, presentations in your environment, in your local community, or on a national level. I connected with a few industry writers. I found people that were experts in the field. I would follow them for a series of time. I would watch their posts. When I got more comfortable with the content, I might comment on their post. And after about 4 or 5 months, I even reached out to a few of them, asking for their advice on maybe some of the conferences I should go to, or maybe some of the people I should meet in the field, or what they thought would be sort of good experience for the roles that I was looking to acquire. And I was so amazed how many people were really willing to help. You can take a class or get certified. Oftentimes I have women that are, are accountants that are like, gosh, I'm so over this. I want to do something else. And I've been guiding them to data analytics. They're looking for people that are really smart in numbers and have financial backgrounds, and they're being reskilled in data analytics. There's online courses, there's courses in many cities, and many, many companies are looking for data experts. So thinking about where you might be able to recertify or do something new based on the experience you already have. Of course, you can join new groups and organizations. That's obviously a no-brainer. But the idea is to really establish new relationships, because when I was told no, one of the things I realized is I had to get people that were over in this new P&L, familiar with my work, familiar with me as an employee and also as a contributor, because that was what was going to be necessary for them to say yes. And as you move up in your career, many of you know these jobs that require 10, 20, 30 years of experience, oftentimes they're hiring people they know or people they have experience with. And so you have to figure out ways to get these relationships started and foster them so that they can help be influencers for you for the job that you may want to apply for, or the opportunity, or even the board seat. I took on new projects. I raised my hand for new PMOs. I raised my hand to get involved in some marketing activities and some corporate activities. I started inviting people in other departments to join me in my existing role to participate in panels or conferences or even conference calls. I found new ways to integrate new people into my day so they could get exposure to me as a person and exposure to my level of work and contribution. And that was probably one of the really distinct differences that helped me meet new people in my organization. Even though I had been there about 6 years already, the company continued to grow, and not everybody really knew me based on what I was able to produce. They knew me by my name or what group I was in, but not necessarily what I was able to contribute. And so I really worked to find creative ways to get people to get exposure to what value and what connections I could make for them. And then, for many of us, sometimes you have to self-nominate yourself to specific projects work. I do meet many women that do this, but sometimes they self-nominate in the same discipline. So I'm encouraging you to really think more broadly and think about what other projects can I get involved in on a corporate level or even an industry level. So thinking about how you can slot yourself into opportunities that are going to give you exposure to new people, maybe new viewpoints, and even new content often helps you, again, cultivate the relevance you need to get from where you are to where you want to go.